So she wins, I guess. Yeah. She's winning a ticket to the Kampala Hotel for my concert. And thank God she's a lady. So I'll have your details and you'll have my ticket to my concert. You're all welcome. I love you so much. Enjoy. I love you.
Give it up for Karoka Sita one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I want it too. I want it too. I want it too. 0, 0, 0, 0. Sleek. Like all budget in nene. Tell your neighbor, are you good? Thank you for coming to VU. We want to say thank you to the Chief Executive Officer of Uganda Tourism Board, Jules Kagwa. Thank you so much for coming. I was at the battle for Nyama Choma Shisha Nyama, and you were doing great with Marcus. They cheated you. It was lovely to see you span those meats and everything. Give it up for CEO UTB Bank, UTB, Uganda Tourism Board. Thank you so much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome JK Kazora to come and take us through the next phase of what we're supposed to do today.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Professor J.K. Kazora. I'm the principal of Simari Skilling Institute. Now, Victoria University is such a wonderful university. And I'll just take you through the normal education procedures. So for you to join Victoria University and do your certificate or diploma, you must have an S4 certificate. And you join and do your diploma, you do your certificate. If you want to do the degrees, like most of you, you must have senior 6 certificate. And after your degree, you do your master's and do your PhD. But at Victoria, we have a partnership with Simari, where we take you on and give you specific skills. We started Simari because skills in what you're looking for, digital marketing, media, broadcast, movies, content production, and we're here at Victoria University. We're on the 6th floor. And also, part of Simari, we bring you industry experts, people that are already doing it in the industry, so that you know them closely, so that when you're done, how many of you are doing tourism here? Any students who are doing tourism? Aha. So the person I've brought for you today, she is the CEO of Uganda Tourism Board. You understand? So if you're doing tourism, we connect you direct to her. Yeah? So please put your hands together and welcome my sister, my friend, the brilliant Juliana Kagwa. You know she's got to mukubira music. You want to dance? Hey. Let me introduce her again. Introduce her again. Which song do you want? Deli Bando. I'm introducing her again. From she was Diacho trained when she left campus. She joined UBL. She was a junior manager. She rose to director. She became the Heineken MD Uganda. She has moved. She has worked in many places. She's been trained from London to she was in Namagunga. She was my classmate in Mwiri. DJ, are you ready with the song? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. COUTB. Lakaderi bando, lakaderi bando. Hey. She's very serious. She even has bodyguards outside, by the way.
I hope they have not seen me doing these things. Otherwise,
you're live on YouTube.
Oh dear. That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, JK, for that great introduction. I always like to enter with a performance, because then now I have everybody's attention. It is a small marketing trick, please. Because those who are not paying attention before, those who are falling asleep, CEO, Agenda Tugambachi, now I have you. So just a bit of context. When I was asked to come and speak, I did not hesitate because I always like to speak to the younger people, also hear from them, and I hope I'll be given an opportunity to engage and interact, get some feedback in real time, but also an opportunity to inspire people around what we're calling the biggest ticket item that will deliver Uganda to middle income status, which is tourism. Students here, you must have already heard, whether I read or if you watch any of the national news channels, there's something we are calling the ATMs. People know the ATMs? Those are the 4 strategic pillars that Uganda has hedged its bet on to deliver Vision 2040. So this country and the leaders of this country, and you by extension as citizens, whatever your age, you've signed a check without you knowing, with or without you knowing, that Uganda will be a $500 billion GDP economy by 2040. And in that 500 billion, tourism is going to deliver 50 billion. Therefore, 10% of your future is hinged on tourism delivering this country. In 2040, you can, by extension, you can say that 10% of the jobs will be in tourism. Right now, tourism is already employing 800,000 people, for your information. So you guys are just starting out, but you need to know that number. 800,000 people in our value chain. In the ATMs, there's agriculture, just for information. There's tourism as number 2. There's minerals, oil and gas, science, and technology. Of the 4 ATMs, tourism is supposed to grow 25-fold. The others will grow 10. Minerals, I think, is supposed to grow 5-fold. Tourism, and I'm giving you these numbers so you understand what kind of focus, whether it is in investment, whether it is in resource allocation, there will be in the next 10 years. So if you have not already picked interest in tourism, please let the numbers guide you. Be guided by the numbers. And it doesn't matter if you're offering another course. I'm a food scientist, FYI. Me, who you see here dancing on stage, marketing away. My first degree is food science and technology. I then went on to do my MBA. I've never studied anything called marketing, but I'm here. I've never studied anything called tourism, but I'm here. So understand that the opportunity to join the value chain is not limited to what you are studying and offering at Makerere or Victoria University or KIU or wherever else. It is a factor of your innovation, of your ingenuity, and also your thirst or hunger for exploration. Tourism is hinged on storytelling, and I see some tourism gurus in the room. You can raise your hands, you know yourself, Bismarck. You're there, I saw you. Those are the seniors. Those people are minting money from tourism through storytelling. And that is basically the subject of why I'm here. Kazora, JK asked me to speak about driving tourism and media forward through digital marketing. I think there's no one in this room who doesn't have a digital something. Digital device, digital tool, digital app. Some people are already selling, those who are innovators. You're already doing business on e-commerce platforms. You're even doing business on social platforms. Who has a business on Insta as we speak? I thank you. Anybody selling things via TikTok? Because TikTok, I'm told now the numbers have overtaken. Twina Ona vya TikTok, ona Insta. So digital marketing, I think, is not a strange topic to anyone here, at least within this age group. Digital marketing, I think, started over a decade ago in Uganda. Digital transformation itself also started about a decade ago, to be honest. Our digital transformation journey, not just as Uganda, as Africa, has been relatively slower than the rest of the globe. And so right now, we are playing catch up. And we need you young people, you people who understand it, Gen Z. What generation are you? You are Gen Z, eh? But I do never know there are some millennials. What are there? There are those who didn't study. So anyway, but it depends on how your mindset. Personally, I identify as a Gen Z, and everybody knows it. You can't tell me I'm something else. That's why I know Daily Bundle. I have to check every morning. What are Gen Zs looking at? What are they reading? So in terms of digital transformation, we are having to play catch up, and we need this generation of entrepreneurs, innovators to come into our business space and propel digital marketing in order to sell and export our goods. In this particular instance, I'll talk about the good and service I'm in charge of selling, which is tourism. But trust me, what I'm speaking to cuts across all the ATMs, cuts across all the trade and investment that Uganda is going to do in the next 10 years in order to deliver us to middle income status. So I'll give an example. We typically, and Ugandans, we don't tour much. We don't like to get out of our comfort zones. But the average tourist, and the good thing we have one Muzungu in the room, so when I say something true, John, you know that. The average tourist right now is looking for their holiday of next year. Those are the tourism behaviors. For us here, we think we are tourists because we went to Entebbe on the weekend. No. People are planning ahead. And how are they planning? They're using digital tools. So right now, as we speak, somebody is scrolling in London, New York, next best trip, next big trip, next adventure. Are we coming up? Is Uganda registering? Have we managed the algorithm so that we appear when somebody is looking for adventure, exploration, keyword, leisure, wildlife, landscape, epic sunsets? Do we come up? That's the work that we need you to come and do for us or with us. Right now, and I'll tell you for free, there's a global crisis. You guys know what's happening with Iran, US, etc. However, in the middle of all that, the United Arab Emirates, of course, have been caught in the crossfire. But even if you Google right now, at a crisis or United Arab Emirates, they are managing the algorithm for Dubai. You're not going to see immediately you type in a missile flying across. What you have to search. You have to go deeper. That is not a mistake. And why am I impressing this upon you? It is because anything I like to say to my team and anyone I speak to, Ugandans, is that the saying? When there is a bad news, the speed with which it moves here, the speed, the fire which it catches. And yet if I tell you that in this year alone, as Uganda, we have won 3 national tourism awards. We won in New York. We won in New York for Best Adventure. Our exhibition was world class. We had our gorillas there. We blew the Americans' minds. We won in India. I thank you. We won in India. We won for, I think, best exhibitor or best exhibition. And you can imagine how many people at those trade shows. In excess of 100 countries go. John, am I lying? He's nodding. I'll give him 5 minutes to qualify everything I've said here today so that you believe me. Because he's just been there. So India, again, we won an award. In ranking as an adventure destination, best adventure destinations in the world currently, did you know that Uganda is number 3? The only 2 countries ahead of us, by the way, only Peru and Ecuador. Can't we win those ones? What do they have we don't have? Ecuador, Equator we have. Snow-capped mountain we have. The big 7 we have. You guys know what the big 7 are? I think I give out tickets like Karo Kasita so that I keep your attention. Anybody wants to go gorilla trekking? Who? I'm asking the question. Can you name the big 7? Not the big 5. Big 5 everybody has in Africa. Don't tell me about the big 5. Okay, what are the big 2 after the big 5? People don't want. Okay, just talk. Don't feel shy. Say. I tell you, you're going to shout because no one is going to bring you that microphone. Those are big 5, eh? Hey, those are big. Are you naming big 5 or you're giving me all the big 7? Let me help you. The big 5 is 2 big cats. Never forget this. In the big 5, there are 2 big cats. That is a hint. The other 3 are big beasts. The cats is the lion, the leopard. The big beasts, big, should give you a hint. What are the biggest animals you know? Elephant. Hippo is not one of them, darling. It's big, but not there. It's a rhinoceros. The rhino. Who's the other big beast? Buffalo. Buffalo. Buffalo soldier. Thank you. Now you'll never forget. Those are the big 5. Ugandans. Who is going to sell your country if you even don't know your own big 5? Now, which are the other 2 we have added to call ourselves the home of the big 7? Yeah? Lions, that one should go for lunch just now. Because we mentioned them in the cats. Gorillas and chimpanzees. You are getting the what? That's the lady. You are going to go gorilla trekking, mama. Oh, yeah. You're going to go. You're going to go. And once you go, you better come with all your social, because you have to post and show these people who didn't know their country. All right? So on top of the big 5, Uganda has the chimpanzee and the gorilla. Those are the two of the remaining 5 great apes on planet Earth. Uganda has them. More than 50% of the mountain gorillas left on Earth, they are here in this your Uganda. Did you know? The big 5 or the last 5 great apes, I want to test you because you've already shown me the knowledge there. So, let me name the great apes. The chimpanzee, gorilla. There's the orangutan that is found in Asia. But even then, they have just the one. They don't have mountain gorillas. They have orangutan and chimpanzees at best. In DRC, there's a bonobos monkey. It is a great ape. The difference between the monkeys, as they call them, and the great apes is that the great apes are tailless. Those who know a bit of biology. Monkeys have tails. Great apes don't have tails. Now, with that information, which is the 5th great ape? Orangutan, chimpanzee, gorilla, bonobos monkey. Who's the 5th? Members, you're the 5th great ape. The human being is one of the last great apes on planet Earth. Did you know? Members, that means that in Uganda you have 3 of the remaining 5 great apes. Chimpanzees, gorillas, and Ugandans. So we are already winning. We are winning on all fronts. So I give you a bit of product knowledge so that you start to understand that the business of digital marketing requires content. It requires the art of storytelling. And it's a basic art that you can practice and that you can leverage. Anyone who has a digital app, who has a digital device, is able to enter the tourism value chain. And I'll tell you how. I think maybe JK, you hinted on it. Content creation, content generation. We are going to use you and all the other Ugandans under 30 to start to manage our algorithm so that when you type in Uganda, good news comes up. Statistics come up. Our wildlife, landscape, products, Kasubi tombs, Kabaka's trail, all of that should be coming up. Rather than we had this crisis, there is a monkeypox, there is what. There's a way people want only bad news. We need to start to manage the narrative. No one's going to do it for us, unfortunately, in the digital space. Digital is a game of numbers, it's a game of influence, and we can only win it with you. There's only so much Uganda Tourism Board can do. Most of the work has to come from within Uganda. So I'll just speak to 4 areas so that you're focused when you start to engage with us, when you are asking for an internship, when you're asking for sponsorship, etc. These are the mainstays of our digital agenda or digital marketing strategy as Uganda Tourism Board. Social media platform domination. And I've kind of spoken to that already. We need to start managing the narrative that we are putting out there. So we want positive stories about Uganda. We want Ugandan content to showcase our landscape, our wildlife, but more especially our culture. We want to start to amplify our culture. And within culture is music. You saw Karo Kasita. Is dance. Is food. Is arts and craft. Are you thinking of all the things where you can touch? Things you've been doing and you thought, where can I ever sell this? Can this ever become commercial? How do I commercialize my necklaces? Come and commercialize them in our value chain because we have a route for it. So social media platform domination. The second one, influencer partnerships that convert. So we are looking for ambassadors. We are actively recruiting influencers, people who have already been generating content, whether or not they have been doing it intentionally, but there are people who have been showcasing the best side of Uganda. And we're reaching out to those kind of people. And we're onboarding them so that we can work together to start to change the narrative, to shape the storytelling for Destination Uganda. User-generated content. And that is really the one I think we're going to work with SMARI on and also Victoria University. We want authentic content. The days of drumming down adverts, drumming our adverts down people's throats, insisting the Uganda is the best, it is untouched, it is raw, and we will continue to preach that song or sing that hymn. However, we need user-generated content that endorses the adverts, the airtime we are buying. We need you people to go out and start to storytell, to go to Murchison Falls. Show of hands, who's been to Sipi Falls? Show of hands, Sipi. Not because you were born there, because you love Uganda. Hey, you were born there, I knew it. Who's been to the source of the Nile? There should be more hands. Surely you should have gone in primary school. Yeah, parents used to pay for those things. Who's been to Kasubi Tombs? The hands are fewer. Kasubi Tombs, which is just here, old Kampala. People, why do you hate Uganda? Okay, who's been to Mombasa? See them, Lord. Who's been to Zanzibar? The same people, Lord. Are you seeing them, Lord? But you can't go to Kasubi Tombs. Have you been to Baha'i Temple? These are the ones which are nearby here. Murchison Falls. Okay, but it feels like it's because of work, because you're on the other side. No, just your passion. Who's been to Bulago Islands in Lake Victoria? Okay, very well-traveled lady there. Ngamba Island, where our chimpanzees are, where we're doing the best work in conservation and preservation of the chimpanzees. Ngamba Island, okay. Members, are you seeing the room? Is my message landing or it's not yet landed? I bet you John Danks over here has seen more of Uganda than some people here. who call themselves Ugandans. But listen, it was okay for you to not go before. Before I got this job, I didn't mind. But now that I have it, and now that we're living in a digital era, where everything is online, decisions are being made online, people are booking online, they are traveling online. We cannot afford to have 48 million Ugandans who don't know their own content. So I implore you, I insist, JK, we have to work. We need farm trips for these children. Farm trip is a familiarization tour. We can break you up into groups of 20. I don't mind. It is a small price to pay. So that when you're posting, when you're storytelling about Uganda, you're speaking authoritatively. The person who is speaking to you, I've also just gone to see the gorillas. I had not seen them. Yet I've been in Uganda for some 4+ decades. I won't say the age. JK says he's my age. I'm young, I'm not his class. I'm not his class. But it is a shame. And I'll put my hand up. The only animals I'd seen until recently, maybe giraffe, zebra, and that's because you're driving somewhere, then they cross the road. But we need to be intentional. And tourism, you people, think about 50 billion US dollars. Do you not want to be in that ecosystem? And I'm telling you, the avenue is content generation. The vehicle is storytelling. But you can't tell a story you've not experienced. Members, those are 3. Let him who has ears hear, as the priests and pastors say. It's 3 avenues that are going to get you into tourism. Simply, without owning a lodge, without buying a tour vehicle. You can enter through social media domination. You can enter through influencer partnerships. I'm repeating for those who are interested in making money. And last but not least, user-generated content. Someone has got it here. I think I'm going to start seeing your socials. Just here at Lake Mburo. You guys know that we have a lake that is shaped like Africa? What is its name? Only here in Uganda, everything is happening. 165 lakes. 40 of those are crater lakes, and one of them is shaped like Africa. Where else is it? Is it in South Africa? No. But you don't know its name. It's called Nkugute. Nkugute, I think in that language, over that side means to swallow. To digest, something like that. It used to digest people. I don't know. That's the story. Again, storytelling. Nkugute has a lot of history and heritage and provenance. Next time you're driving, it's on Bushenyi, I think the route Bushenyi going to Kasese. Please stop by. There are people there, old women, who tell the story of Nkugute better than I could ever tell it. But now you can put it on social media. The last thing I'll say before I let John speak, maybe five minutes or so, because I want you to hear from the horse's own mouth. Somebody who has practiced digital marketing. Somebody who has risen to the apex of tourism leadership. He was a CEO for an organization called ATA. That's the Africa Tourism Travel Council, Travel Association. And so he'll speak to you from that perspective. But the last thing I'll say, when you're curating stories, trying to come into our fold, please think of 2 things. Think of domestic travel, Ugandans. How do we get them into our fold? So, storechi, that kind of thing. How do you tell the gorilla story so that it is compelling for Ugandans? And then think about international stature as well. The international travelers we're talking to. And those people are looking at, he'll speak more to it, the source of the River Nile. They're looking at things as basic as Uganda's weather. If you can capture a sunset in Uganda, you already have a story. They're looking at the culture, the people, you people, the vibe. They're looking at the vibe, the youth. Think about that when you're doing your storytelling. And last but not least, allow me to provoke you to think you don't need startup capital. You already have a phone. You're already using bundles. daily bundles. How about you use them to create and generate revenue for yourself? I thank you, members. Welcome, John. He will introduce himself because he has a very long resume, but I will allow him to say a word or two. He's in the country consulting for Uganda Tourism Board, but I'll let him say the rest. Thank you very much, John. Yes.
Thank you, Juliana. And look, thank you all for such a lovely, warm welcome back to Kampala, back to Entebbe. It's a real honor to be here. It's an honor to be working on behalf of Juliana and the wider university. To briefly explain my resume, I'm Gen something like dinosaur ago. I have no idea, right? Allow me just to echo some of Juliana's words here and explain the role that UTB are playing globally. So, in the last year, Juliana and her team are powering the image of Uganda on a global stage like I've never seen before, right? I was chairman of marketing for Star Alliance for 5 years. That's 24 global airlines across the world, all digitally enabled, all working to power links into Africa. I've never seen Uganda and the perception of this country grow like it's growing today. To overtake New Zealand as one of the primary destinations for adventure travel, that is unheard of. That's never happened before. Let me also speak briefly about digital enablement, because this is so key to your futures, to linking your studies with future employment. If you look at the last 24 hours in the digital world, Juliana and I are speaking about how do we dial up PPC campaigns, pay-per-click campaigns on Google to ensure the world is immediately inspired by Uganda. Because of course what you have is the fleets of Emirates, Qatar Airways, Etihad, in many cases grounded because of the situation in the Persian Gulf. Now, we all pray for a very swift and peaceful settlement, but in the meantime, part of our role is also to support Uganda, to amplify its voice. Because as we come up to the Easter holidays, there will be people across Mumbai who can no longer travel into Dubai, and they'll be looking for nearby global options and solutions. There are 1.4 million people in India that invest in luxury travel every year, and Uganda has a perfect solution. And you're only 5 hours away, and you have a direct flight from Mumbai into Entebbe. So part of what we're doing is supporting Juliana and the team at UTB to empower the team with data, with digital direction, and then we will step away because you guys know your direction. You're some of the smartest digital thinkers, and you're Cato, the Kenya Tour Operators Association. Why? Because it's essential that in terms of digital connections, Uganda has those same partnerships to ensure that visitors return to the country time and time and time again, working with your partnerships. I'm going to hand back to Professor. Thank you all for your time. Thank you again for your warm welcome back to Kampala. Thank you.
Cheers, cheers. So Nottingham Forest University and you guys will be working together. So let me invite Precious to take you through the V class and the students that are doing tourism, the short course at Simari, and the degree holders, the guys that are doing tourism for degree. You're going to have so much fun. We're going to do many, many things. And congrats to you who's going to see the Galleria. It's a very expensive trip. And we will go with you and do the content. Yeah? So 5 tickets more.
Even me, I want. Good afternoon. People are moving a practical session of what we went through earlier. It's not going to take long, so I kindly request you bear with me. My name is Precious again. And I have displayed the Wi-Fi password so that you can connect. We are going to do a practical session, so what I do, I want you to try it. So the Wi-Fi, you connect to Victorian main, and that's the password. Have we connected? How many have connected? Do we know how to log into vClass? Have we tried to log in? I want us to log in, and we're at that page. How many are there? Can you try with me? I see some people have notebooks. The phones are off. On your email, we sent you your vClass credentials. That's your registration number and the password. Are we there? How many are at this page? Just show me with your phone. Display your phone. Yours is locked. I want to see the vClass page. Okay. They can see that. That's okay. That's all right if they can see that. Yeah, that's fine. As we settle down, I'll display the password again, in case you have not got it. That's the password for your Wi-Fi. Who can tell me what vClass is used for? From our earlier presentations. What are you going to use vClass for? Do we have a second mic?
Thank you. For V-Class, we are going to be using it for accessing the modules, the timetables, the financial statements, exams, and assessments.
Okay. Any other person?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to you.
Afternoon.
I'm called Catherine. So, first of all, we are going to use the V-Class portal to access our financial statements, clear our tuition, check for balance. Any queries you have, you can still go there and do the chats with the administrators. We are also going to use the V-Class to do our exams, apply for changes in the intake, applying changes for changes in the course, and so on.
Okay, thank you. Anyone this side? What are you going to be using V-Class for? Just pick one. I'm sure they've been here.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are going to be using the V-Class portal for taking our receipts and retakes. Others have been said.
You want to do receipts and retakes? Please avoid those things. Make sure you don't do them. Any other person?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We shall be using V-Class for viewing our results from the courseworks that we shall have done. So that is it.
Okay. Have you heard about lectures? Attending lectures? Yes, you're going to be doing that from there as well. So, I am not going to take a lot of time. I just want to try out these things practically. Like they said earlier, once you log into your V-Class, the first thing you need to do is change your password. The password we gave you is a default password. So you need to change it to your own password. And please don't share that password. Your neighbor shouldn't know your password. Isaiah will tell you very well. Yes. No one should know your password. To change your password, you're going to come to settings. That's where you find the change password. So at this point, you enter your current password. That's the password that we gave you, the one we sent on email. Is there anyone who didn't get their password? Can I have one room? Can we pay attention, please? Did we all get our passwords? If you didn't get your password, they introduced your program admins earlier. Please approach them. They'll be able to help you. So here on current password, you're going to enter the current password that we gave you, the 6-digit number that you received, and then you create a new password. Then enter it again, and then click change password. Once you do that, your password has changed. Whenever you go to login, you log in with the new password. We understand? I've been getting complaints where people are saying, I'm trying to log in, and it is telling me student not found. Has anyone experienced that? Please ensure when you're entering your registration number, make sure you write it in capital letters the way it appears on your admission letter. You do not skip anything. This is not space. It is a hyphen. The other middle one, not the lower one, the middle one. So the way it appears on your admission letter, that's how you should type it and complete it up to the end. If you stop here, it does not know that. You understand that? So once you're done with your password, you go to my modules. These are the different modules you're going to do. They are like subjects. You've been doing subjects previously. Biology, physics, history. So at this point, you're going to be doing these different modules. And you have modules in every trimester until you complete your program. So you have to make sure you complete all these modules before you can graduate. If you don't do one, you don't graduate. And you have to make sure you pass them. Make sure you don't get receipts. Like my friend who wants to do receipts. Yeah, so you have to make sure you pass. And you have to, they already told you about choosing your modules. And the reason why I want us to try it out, I don't want you to go back and say, I have failed to choose. So to choose your modules, you're going to come and click on this button. Right now, we are all going to start with a module called Introduction to ICT. So I want us to select it. You select one module at a time. Your timetable is saying ICT, it is what you come and select. It says communication skills, it is what you come and select. So right now, I want us to go to Introduction to ICT and tap on it. When you tap on it, it should change to blue. So you tap on it, then scroll down and save changes. Can we try it? I'd already selected mine, so I'm going to tap on another module. But what I want you to do is select Introduction to ICT, then save changes. Have we seen that? Am I very fast? I am. Okay, we are choosing our module. This is registration of your modules. And to do that, you go to my modules, then it brings for you this button which says choose your modules. So when I tap on it, it takes me to this page where I'll find the Introduction to ICT where it is, and I tap on it. When you tap on it, it turns to blue. That's what I want you to do. So tap on Introduction to ICT. Once it turns into blue, you scroll down and save changes. How many have tried? So when you're going to do the next module, you'll be able to select. Okay. So once you select this module, that's when you'll have access to. There's a reason why I asked you what is V-Class going to be used for. That's when you have access to lectures. If you've not selected, you can't access lectures. That's when you have access to coursework. That's when you have access to examinations. So this is the first step. You first select the module. That's when you will access your notes. To access notes, you're going to go to the module that you have selected. You see, this has a red padlock on it because I've not selected it, but the one I've selected has a green tick. So that's what it should appear. That's how it should appear. Make sure it has a green tick on it. So once if you want to access your resources, you just tap on the module. I didn't upload any resources, but that's how you're going to be finding. That's why you find them. To access resources, you just click on the module from where it is. You just tap on it. So when you tap on it, it takes you to this page where you're going to be finding all the notes they have given you. Do you understand that? Am I fast? Okay. So all your notes will be there. There is no one who's going to give you a handout. We don't have printers in this university. So all your notes will be uploaded on your V-Class. So to access any notes, you find them on the system. Once you finish selecting the module, you can now attend your lectures. This is how your lectures appear. If you've selected Introduction to ICT, you should be able to see these classes. To attend a class, you see when a class, it puts for you that date and time when this class is going to run. When it is time for the class to run, it shows that it is live. So to attend, you just click on Attend. Once you come here, it takes you to Google Meet, where you have to make sure your camera and microphone are working, and then you join. So once you join, you're inside the class. This shows we are following because we've all joined the class. So this is how you appear in the class. Like we've said, our classes are both online and physical. So you can come physically in class and attend just like you're here. Someone can stay at home and join online through their V-class. So that's how you appear in class. This is, how many people have used Google Meet before? Oh, we are .com students. So this is a microphone, camera, sharing screen. These are reactions. You can raise your hand. So these are different features you can use in the class. If you want to speak, you open your microphone and speak. Make sure when you're in class, your mic is off. You only switch it on when you want to speak. You may be here. Some of us are mothers. Okay, I'm not yet a mother, but I know some of us are. You have your little girl there. You're in class. People are studying, and then they hear someone calling you, "Mommy." So you start interrupting the class. So make sure your microphone is off when you're in class. Same with a camera. If they ask you to switch on your camera, you switch it on, and then, especially during presentations, you cannot make a presentation when they don't know who is speaking. So you have to make sure your camera is on so that they are able to see who is presenting. The next button is for sharing screen. They'll give you work to do, and you're expected to prepare a presentation. So you can share your screen and display a document. If I have my document as this, I'm sure if you check it is displaying this. Is it? Those who are in class. It should be showing this document. So that's how you share your screen. Make sure you put your presentation there so that the people in class are able to see what you're talking about. I hope I'm not moving very fast. If lectures start tomorrow, are you able to attend your class? Are we sure? Okay. So you'll be in class until the lecture is done. Then we go back to V class. So attendance is very, very important. I'm going to emphasize that because when it comes to doing your examinations, if you've not attained 75%, your exam is going to be blocked. The exam will tell you you don't qualify for this exam. And you have to do the receipts and retakes that she was talking about. So you have to make sure you have attended. Every lecture they put up, make sure you attend it. 75%. Every week for day students, you have 4 lectures. Evening students, you have 3 in the evenings from 50. Weekend students, you also have 4 lectures on Saturday and Sunday. So make sure you attend. Classes begin on 23rd. For April, mid-April to start attending. You have lost 3 weeks almost. So make sure you attend your classes. Once classes begin, start attending. Don't miss. So that's how we attend our classes. Under my timetable, that's where you find your timetable. It shows you when the lectures will be running in the week, which days they will be running. So once you click on my timetable, it will be showing you on which days of the week you are studying. Some may be studying Monday and Tuesday, others Wednesday and Thursday, so it will depend. For evening, I've said Monday to Wednesday, 5:30 to 8:30. Weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So it will be displaying under your timetable. After you finished attending your lectures, you'll be required to do assessments. This is coursework. This is examinations. Our courseworks contribute 80% of your final mark. 80%. And the exam only contributes 20%. So coursework is heavier. That's why you have to attend your class and do those assignments. Do we get that? Coursework is very, very important, because if you fail coursework, even if you got 100 in the exam, you cannot pass. You'll be a customer for the receipts and retakes. Yet we agreed we are not doing that. So once you're in class, the lecturer can give quizzes. So if you miss, you end up missing the quiz. Presentations. If you don't attend, you miss presentation marks. They give attendance marks as well. Those who don't appear in class, they will not get an attendance mark. When it's time for presenting, you've not presented, you end up missing a mark. Remember, we said 80%. So you have to make sure you do all assignments given to you. So to access assignments, you got exams and assessments. So that's why we have this section. We have the coursework tab, exam tab, and then examination results tab. When you come to the coursework tab, that's where you find coursework. Your coursework has to be typed. There's no writing. Do we know how to type? Do we have computers? Those are things you need. You need a computer because you have to type your work. So on coursework, you'll be given the start date and end date. When they put the coursework up, you have when it starts and when it ends. You have to make sure you do that coursework and submit it within the time given. So if it reaches 20th March at 12 a.m., this coursework is going to close. And if you've missed submission, the 80 marks are going. So I have to make sure we do all our assessments. Any coursework they give you, make sure you do it and submit it. To do coursework, you're going to click on details. And I want us to try this. Don't just look at my screen. When we tap on coursework, do you see the coursework? I want us to quickly try it so that when it's time to do it, you have an idea. And once we go back to faculties, we are going to continue training you. We are going to do smaller groups per program, per faculty, so that you're able to get the hands-on. So when you come, you have the instructions page and then start coursework. It has logged me out. Let me log in again. Once you click Start Coursework, that's the page it brings. And it has two sections. One is the question paper, and the other is the online answer sheet. So you have your question paper there, which the lecturer will have added. Then you have the online answer sheet. You have to type your work directly in the online answer sheet. So on your computer, on your phone, you can type and answer. Do you see the question paper? Are we able to answer question 1? Can we type it quickly? Read question 1, go to the online answer sheet. Go to the online answer sheet and type the answer. So you put question 1, then you type the answer. Can we try it? Is there anyone having trouble? What's the problem? It's what? So you type question 1, then you give your answer. V-class. Main purpose of V-class. So you give your answer is to do the following. One, two, see resources. Two, attend. Are we answering like I'm doing? Lectures. Another one, to do coursework. To do exams. So you answer like I've done. So when they give you coursework, that's what you do. You just type in that space and you start answering. Are we together? This corner is very quiet. Are we okay? What's the problem? Can we solve the problem? Okay. So that's how you do your coursework. You go to the question paper, read the next question and answer. Are these hard things? They are very easy. I like to hear that. Are we okay in the other corner? Are we fine there? We are following? No. You come and sit here in front. Because you become a backbencher and you're not following and you're quiet. You come and sit here. So once you've done answering all the questions, you're going to come back here. You've answered. This is a Word document. It is as long as you want it to be. So you can type all your answers there. It won't get full. You can type all your answers there. And then once you're done, you submit your answer sheet. So to submit the answer sheet, you click on Submit Answer Sheet. I want you to note that when you're typing, it is going to be saving your work. It automatically saves your work. You can see it is, every time I update something, it saves. So it should be showing you that when it last saved your work. So every time you add something here, it will save. It keeps updating the time it last saved. Every time you type, it saves your work. Once you're done answering all your questions, you're going to come here and submit. You need to pay attention to this time here. It is giving you how long you have left. Exams run for 6 hours. So as you type, you pay attention to the time. It keeps counting down. The exam will open at 9. It starts counting down. You have to make sure you submit before this turns into 00. tells you we have received your submission. How many have seen the email? Check on your email. You should have received an email from us that says we have received your submission for coursework. And then in the dashboard, it should tell you already submitted. Once you've submitted, it should show you this. Already submitted. If you don't submit, it will tell you that you started but never. And submit. This is what it should look like. And what I want us to note is that you have one more chance to submit your work. In case you submitted and there is something else you forgot you want to add, you can go back to your answer sheet and resubmit. But this can only and only happen if that coursework or exam is still open. By open, I mean the deadline has not passed. So you can go back. I'll just go back so that we're on the same page. We'll go to the coursework that says already submitted, but there is something you want to add. So what you do, you click on submitted. It takes you to this page where you click on submit again. It tells you, you've already submitted this coursework. Are you sure you want to submit again? Resubmissions are only allowed while the coursework is still ongoing. So you go ahead, submit again. Then it will take you back to our original coursework page. It keeps doing this. So it will take you back to the online answer sheet, and you can submit again. Okay, there's something wrong with the internet, so I've lost my work, but it will take you back to this page. Remember the online answer sheet where we worked from. So it takes you back here, and then you add whatever you want to add, edit whatever you wanted to edit, then after that you go back and submit. So in case you are in an exam and you want to edit something yet you've already submitted, you can go back and submit as long as it is still open. Under assessments, we still have examinations. So under exams, I want us to read those statements in red. There are 3 conditions you have to fulfill to do exams. And one of them is attendance. That's where we started from. Remember I mentioned without saying, attend. You can't do the exam. So if you don't meet 75%, you're going to come here and find that reason. You're going to find it saying you are blocked from doing the exam due to the attendance requirement. And when that happens, you have to retake this module. So if you're blocked from doing the exam because you didn't attend class, you have to wait for when the module runs again, you go back to class, and this time you make sure you attend. The other condition is for coursework. If you don't submit your coursework, it's going to be telling you you're blocked from attending this exam because you did not submit this coursework. So it will also block you. If you don't do coursework, it will block you. The third reason is for tuition payment. We have 3 blocks in a semester. We have block 1, block 2, and block 3. At every block, there is a percentage we expect you to have cleared. Block 1, you need to have cleared 40% of your tuition. So if your total tuition is 1.2, multiply that by 40% and get the amount. So you should have cleared the 300,000 to be able to sit your block 1 exam. When we come to block 2, it is 80%. You should have cleared 80% of your total tuition. When we come to block 3, you should have cleared 100%. We allow installments. That's why we have those percentages. So in the first month, 40%. Second month, 80%. Then the last month, 100%. We understand that? So when you see you're blocked because of financial requirements, it mentions the percentage that you have. So if you've not paid anything, there is 0. As you pay, the percentage increases. So if you have 20%, it will tell you have 20 of the required 100. So you pay attention to these. To do an exam, you go through the same procedures just like the coursework. It is the same page. The only difference is that the examinations have those 3 permissions. To access the exam, you need to have fulfilled the 3 conditions. If you're missing one and you have the other 2, it still won't open. So you have to make sure you have all the 3 to be able to sit the exam. The next part is for financial statements. This one is for paying your tuition. We don't want you to line at the bank to pay your tuition. You can ably pay from your V-Class account, from wherever you are. So you don't have to go to the bank and line up. Still you can, but it's more convenient to use your V-Class. So this, if we open, it should be showing us our total fees payable. That's the amount of money you're supposed to pay in a particular trimester. So right now we are all in 1.1. And the amount it is showing is what you're supposed to pay this semester. It puts a total here. If you want to see where this total is coming from, you click here. You see where they say click here to see how fees payable was calculated? You just tap on it. Then it will list for you all the items. You can tap there and see what happens. There is a link just below this table that says click here to see how fees payable was calculated. How many have tried? Do you see where the money is coming from? So it tells you tuition fees, how much there it is, functional fee, how much it is, LMS fee, how much it is. So the items you're paying in a particular semester are the ones which are listed there. Once you make payment, it will be showing you how much you've paid so far. And then it calculates your balance. If you pay in full, this will be 0, this will be 0. If you pay extra, your credit balance will also be added there. And when you pay extra, this money is moved to your next trimester. So in case you're afraid you eat the money, you can put all of it there. We just keep deducting at the end of the program. Yes. So if you came and put 10 million here, we keep deducting as you progress. At the end of your 3.3, if you still have the credit balance, you can use it to pay your graduation fee. If it still remains, they give it back to you. So to pay tuition, you're going to be clicking on Make Payment. And then we have two options there. One is pay tuition, another one is pay graduation fee. Pay graduation fee is only for those who have completed. I don't want to see a case of a 1.1 student coming and saying, I paid tuition on graduation by mistake. We have those cases. Someone comes to pay, they don't read, they just click buttons. And then they end up paying tuition on graduation fee. And then they want you to move it and put it on tuition. So make sure we read. So you click on pay tuition, and it takes you to the payment page. The first option is for mobile money. I believe this is the easiest and the most convenient way you can pay your tuition. All you need is money on your phone. Even if the money is on your father's phone, it is okay. You put his number, you prompt, he puts his PIN, tuition is paid. You understand? And some fathers have trust issues. They don't want to send you the money directly. They're afraid you will eat it. So the money stays with them. You just put his phone number. And then it will ask him for the PIN. Once he puts the PIN, the system receives the money. And you can do your exam. So what you do, you see, the reason is we are paying fees. You come here and enter the phone number. This is the number that has the money. You put the amount that you want to pay. So let's say I have only 5,000 that I want to pay. Then after that, you click Make Payment. If you do this, okay, this account has no billing set, but when you do this, it should send a prompt to the phone number. We can try it. Put any amount there and see what happens. Don't worry, it will only be deducted if you put your PIN. You might put your lunch money or transport money. So just put any amount and try. It can only be deducted if you put your PIN. Has anyone tried? So once you put your PIN, you're going to receive a receipt there, direct you on the system to show you successfully paid. Download your receipt. That receipt is still sent to your email to confirm your payment.